Kurt Grieger. Welcome to the Big Business Podcast. We were actually I don't know how long it's been, like a half hour probably. Mm-hmm. We're like a half hour deep and realized that we weren't even recording. So we had drawn these things that it's what education is to us.
Oh, I don't know about that anymore. I just
all right.
drew and made this. I don't even know.
I think that's kind of what we're talking about today.
I think that's what happens. I draw this stuff in class all the time, so I guess it relates because this is where I don't even know. This is what happens in class.
Matt, you didn't follow the prompt. Did you look at the PowerPoint?
Nope. What PowerPoint?
That's why I hate doing anything in school because there's criteria.
Exactly. You said
criteria.
Do this exactly like this, and I'm like, come on, bro. You can do it this way too. It's easier. No, do it like this.
Incorporate this, and I don't know. I just feel like it's stifling creativity.
It does.
Colton, what's up? You've been done with your picture the longest.
Yeah, I'm a quick drawer. I don't like to mess around.
I don't know if you can show the camera or something, but you have a lot of stuff going on there. Could you get closer so I could maybe explain it to them?
So
I just need to see what's going on here. Maybe I can help them hold it.
Benjamin Danklin strikes. Okay. So that's us, the college kid, trapped inside of a bird cage.
He's in a bird cage. I see this little man here. So who's that? The average college kid?
Just a college kid, no gender, obviously.
No gender.
And it's the grad's bird cage. And then there's Benjamin Franklin, aka Money, in his suit and tie. And it says college is a business for his pants. And his shoes are debt and loans. And then you got the American flag in the back because that's just how we roll right now.
Okay.
And then you always got to sprinkle in the big guy upstairs. Bang, bang.
Religion, right?
Bang.
That plays a big role. What is this over here? The sun?
This just, sunny day. Benjamin.
Oh, he's actually $1. I didn't even notice that before.
He's $100 bill on Benjamin Danklin.
So he's who's convincing people to go to college? It's just for his body.
So they graduated, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you graduate, you have all those loans. And now, if you look in the corner, it says, your life is mine.
He's like a slave!
And he's just trapped in there.
He's got another hoe, kinda.
He's just trapped with his money. His money is over top of him. He can barely do anything without money. And whatever your money goes to has to go back to your loans.
It's just like Pinocchio, how they have all those kids that are delinquents go on to the ferry because they think it's going to be the eternal sunshine, you know what I mean? The world of no responsibility, and then they actually just cart them off on ships and take them to work camps and turn them into donkeys and have them pull bricks. You know what I mean? That's kind of what that is representing. Dude, you're a cage to the machine because you didn't have enough responsibility. But some people do you think there's anybody out there that doesn't regret their student debt, that just doesn't really care about it now? Because, dude, what is that?
Yeah,
there are definitely people who think like that and think it's nothing, but
Are we recording? I just want to make sure. Okay.
Yeah.
There's people like that?
I feel like there's gotta be.
So there is a way to come out on top.
Yeah, they're living off of their parents' dollar and stuff,
Living on their parents' dollar?
Yeah, they're just coasting off of their parents. It's just sad. Sad. And they don't even have to work in college. That's when
There's people who graduate college who haven't had a job at all their whole life.
Yeah. No, there is.
That's their first job right after college.
It's the truth. That's why professionalism is hard. You can totally tell in an interview if you can handle conversations or not. So I think it hurts them more than it helps them.
Do you think you've learned more about professionalism in college or in the actual job force?
In business, they stress professionalism. I do think that the business college brings their students to professional standards and expectations.
So you think that's the point of the business college? It's not really to teach you about math, because it is a lot of math, right? But that's not really the point. It's more about how
I
to
don't
make
even
you
need a math really to graduate.
It's not that important in the end.
But I'll have an associate's in education and a bachelor in business.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can be a superintendent one day. Be dope. It'd be sweet.
What do you want to do?
In the end, become a superintendent.
For a school?
For a school, yeah, any school. Especially if I get a good coaching career. You know, baseball, coach some baseball, and then see where it takes off.
I never knew you wanted to be a coach.
Oh, yeah. I've been a coach. So, my very first, real high school job, I was 14. I was running a children's program for a rec center.
Mm-hmm.
And we did all types of sports throughout every season. And I was in charge of getting the shirts, getting the team's order, getting, Woodard's photography to come in and take the pictures and sitting at home. I drove kids to and from practices sometimes. I was a coach, got paid to do it, loved it, and then I wanted to become a teacher based off of it because rec directors really don't make shit. It's kind of fucked up. Don't make anything. That would have been the dream job.
Recreational?
Yeah.
Why do you think that? Because I think I know kind of why.
Because it's a community. All this stuff's built around a community. If you have a nice rec, then you have a great, nice community, which means everybody's got each other's back and vice versa, and these kids actually thrive.
It gives them somewhere to go, right?
Exactly, and that's what we were a tight community, and kids would gather on Friday nights to go skate in the gymnasium, and we would have camps and wilderness preserve stuff for them, and the pool. We had a pool, so all those kids were out there, and it would just keep them out of trouble because now that place is very heavy with some hard drugs right now. Part of the Willard area too, and Shelby, and heroin capital of Ohio was Willard. I don't know. Could be Fostoria now. I'm not sure.
Fostoria's real bad. It just does not look good at all.
Doesn't it, dude? I just seen it when I went to go watch my little cousin play baseball. Holy cow! I was downtown is just Domino's is sketchy as hell.
Just everything is sketchy there.
What's over there?
There's all the houses are just boarded up or
Pretty
destroyed.
much.
Just look a mess, dude. It's
Not shit.
There's back alleys. It just looks like drugs everywhere.
How do you think that happens? Because my family's from there. I'm at
Fostoria.
Mm-hmm. My uncle.
I think that's what your sister said.
I feel like everyone just moves out of there maybe, or abandons the place and just gangs just live there to take over maybe, or just people just start squatting in houses and it just becomes sketchy, you know, because it's just
they just let it happen.
You know what I'm saying? If all the houses are boarded up, who cares? No one's there to stop it. If there's no if there's no people there, why are they gonna have cops? You know? So who's there to stop it?
They can't worry about that too much.
Yeah,
they have bigger problems to worry about too.
That's what I'm saying. They just it's just there.
Here they have time for that. They have time to worry about squatters.
Yeah.
There they don't.
No. I mean, I don't know if they're squatters, but they probably are. There's a good chance.
You guys ever seen The Wire?
Just when you showed me it.
I feel
You seen it?
No.
Well, you definitely should watch it. That stuff is what you guys are just talking about goes along kind of perfect with it. That show is just super intense. It's like The Sopranos, but with a hood twist in Maryland, Baltimore.
Baltimore?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I thought it was in Detroit or something, probably.
Baltimore's. And there was East Side and West Side. It's crazy. Got a lot of big actors in it. Dude from Remember the Titans? Young black dude.
Yeah.
He's in it. He's his name's Avon Barksdale.
Avon Barksdale.
That shit's tight.
There's so many shows that have come before me, and I don't have time to watch them all.
Exactly.
And I don't really like I have shows like Breaking Bad is a great show. I don't really have time to even ask my kids to watch it because I know there will be such better things out there by then, you know? That I can't tell them, like, this is... They just have to find it for themselves. And someday they'll be like, oh, why didn't you tell me about this show? But I can't really because there's too many of them. And I didn't even see them all.
Maybe there's that one.
You feel like what?
There's that one show you're talking about, so you'll just, like, remember that one above all of them.
Yeah, like, King of the Hill for me is, like, my favorite for... Probably. It's a funny cartoon.
I used to watch it sometimes.
Office is funny too. South Park is kind of waning for me. Same with Family Guy. They're just kind of going off the rails. Getting too political. Like, I don't like things that are too political. Like,
South Park's always been political.
Too much, though.
You think too much lately?
It's too on the nose. They're just getting mad like Eminem, you know?
They're just getting mad.
That's true.
Yeah, you just gotta let go of it a little bit. I think they're getting too, like, malicious about it. Maybe not. Maybe that's South Park. Maybe that's the only thing that they do well. It's just like...
Pretty much.
It's kind of what they do. What am I talking about? I really just said that South Park needs to stop being so malicious. Hell no. Dude, South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, go hard. Like, they didn't give a fuck, dude. They tripped acid at the Emmys or some shit like that. They were in dresses.
They're in dresses?
Yeah, they went in dresses and dropped acid and then went to this award show.
What?
Yeah, because they just, like, didn't care. I guess, maybe. I don't know why they did it. Maybe they did it because they knew I would still be talking about it right now.
So you could have a podcast about it, maybe, and you could blow them up about it more. I think my drawing's slowly becoming better.
Alright, I'm going to show you my drawing. Do you get where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
It's like a... Yeah.
Fried.
You want to see it?
Damn.
I like it.
So this is the little chick. The little chick starts out... No, actually, it starts out as some goo. Because everybody starts out as just some goo. And then, this guy's got aspirations. He's got hobbies. He wants to be a snowboarder, penguin, surfer guy. And he goes from a snowboard, painter, surfer guy to being this guy just doing some grunt work with a ladder. Okay, that's cool. I just gotta get through this hard work and hard labor to get to this next thing of only holding a hammer. And then now I only gotta hold a hammer, sweet. And then finally, you just don't hold anything. You're just, by the time that you're this big chicken, by the time you get to be Big Bird, old brother is gonna tell you.
Old brother.
So the sooner that you can get to Big Bird, maybe if you could get to Big Bird right here, then you'd probably have a pretty good life, huh? But he had to wait until he was about to meet Big Dude. He's got that little sneaky hand in there. You gotta watch out about that. He'll pull that trapdoor. You don't see the trapdoor.
I thought
it
that
just
was
looks
a
like.
KKK.
Oh, you thought it was a KKK?
I thought it was a KKK.
What?
No, this is just that's just a guy. It kind of looks scary, but death is faceless. You know, maybe it's a guy that's smiling. I just thought that'd be kind of creepy or something.
I think that was creepy.
Yeah.
It was dope though. It made sense. I understood it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah.
So how did you do that though? By the way, did you start out with that picture of you and then you went straight up to the top one and then you went to that one?
Yep. I had to square my face off. Like, I took a picture of my face, blew it up so it was big enough to work with, and so you can sparse it up, and then you have to draw lines over it so that you can segment it. So you know, okay, in each square, this is what's gonna happen. If you don't know what we're talking about this. So then the next thing you do, yeah, you get this. You gotta draw some lines on it so that it segments your face, so that you know where to like draw the different patterns. because you don't really know like what the difference, and then you just kind of think like, okay, this is a really dense shade right here. Okay, my hair, since I'm doing my hair, it's a really dense thing, so I'm not gonna draw a lot of lines in it. I'm just going to draw a few negative spaces to make it not completely black, but it's really dark. Here, I'm just gonna draw a few lines because it's the highlight on my face. And that's just kind of how you do it. It's like sometimes I was better at it than others. Like here, it was just kind of like, well, I don't know what the fuck I was doing. But there's a lot of stuff in there. It was just kind of fun to make. It made me realize if I wanted to make one way bigger, it would be way cooler.
Oh yeah.
And like, dude, school sucks because you have deadlines. That's why I had to quit being a graphic design major. Because I was like, dude, I can't even do the project well because I have to do it in a week. Like, I would have spent like a year on this, you know? Sweet. So I just have this half-finished thing.
Cheek's really good at that stuff.
Who's that?
You know, Caden Cheek.
Oh, Caden?
Cheek.
No, I don't know that.
Long haired, shaggy.
What did you do?
He's gonna be coding. Oh, wait, watch me.
No, it's just funny because we're having lunch. You know what I mean? It's the easiest way to talk for real. Well,
Yeah.
who's Cheek, bro? What does he do?
He's me like into computers, but he's like codes them, you know, like computer coding, and he can read several different computer codes, and like he's like an AIT type guy, but higher.
I feel like coding would be so like boring, to be honest.
Have you ever tried it?
It would be so hard.
I coded a website.
I feel like it suck.
Worst project, hardest project I ever did in college. It was so tedious and boring. I wanted to pull my brains out of my ears. Because like, there's all these symbols that mean a specific action, and instead of just drawing, okay, I want this box here, I have to put in some sign, some code, some tag that goes to this web page that connects to this web page that because it alters this specific thing, so it has to go through this one to link to it. And now you have to find the codes to make sure that all matches up, those pathways match up. And after that even works, you have to figure out, okay, you can't just draw it, I want the square here. You have to look and find the measurement and then put that in, and that's how you make a square. And then find the code, the GRE code for red or something like that on the internet and stuff. It's so hard, but like it pays off. I had a good website about cutting hair with my barbershop, but like it was really bad because it took me like so long to do such a bad thing. If you're good at that, I don't know. People keep saying coding's not even worth it anymore. That's like isn't that what they talk about, bro? Like coding's overrated. That's what I keep hearing. Like engineering and coding are so overrated. Like you can't even get a job in that. But I feel like they're lying. I've heard a lot of people say that recently.
Yeah, no,
I feel like you definitely can. I feel like it's the like coding's really prominent right now. Why would you not be able to get a job?
I don't know.
So I'm saying, like, what? Maybe they're just one of those people who only got like a degree and didn't do anything. They didn't have any jobs at all.
When Peyton was in the engineering program, she met this guy that at her work, at her co-op, where they make labels and stuff. He was one of like the people that actually knows how to like make the machine and run it and stuff, and he was just like laughing at her for being in engineering and stuff, and how she was wasting her time doing it, and like how his daughter's not doing it, but she's doing this other thing. I was like, what's his alternative? Like, what does he think he should do then? Like, he couldn't even give any advice, you know? He just thinks everything's a joke. Like, some people just like think everything's a joke, and it's like, yeah, it's a joke if you think it's a joke. If you go to college like thinking it's a joke and just like don't really do it that much, then that's all you'll do, and you'll pass. You'll pass. They'll let you pass.
I was asked this weekend what good college advice would be. I said, stay on your shit.
Stay on your shit.
That's it.
What if you don't know what your shit is?
You go into class, you know what your shit is. You know what to do.
Yeah, you know when you fuck up in class, and you know when you do the right thing. Or at least, like, you know what they want from you.
Yep.
But, like, what if you shouldn't even think about what you're going to do in class, you know? Like, what if you just should be thinking about how this is going to translate to your whole life, like your career?
So why are you in college?
Yeah, why are you trying to attempt this?
Some people, I feel like, don't know why they're in college. They're just in it because they're in it.
That's why I was afraid when college is free. Like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Everybody's just gonna think they have to go, and they will go. Now we're
Because it's free, no one will care as much.
Mm-hmm. It costs money now, and people already don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if it was free.
Times like 4. The amount of people who would pass would be so low, I feel like. Like, ridiculous.
The graduation rate would be lower.
Mm-hmm. I feel like less people would care, so less people would graduate.
What happens? Does the bar get re-lowered? Maybe it's too high right now. Maybe everybody having a doctor is not the way we need to go. Because that's kind of what we're pushing toward, right? It was just high school, now it's college, now it's master's, and then it's doctor. Like, where's it going? Are we going to make a new thing after that?
They just want you to pay more money.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
They're just saying... I mean, I don't know. I just think it has to stop somewhere.
It's because so many people have degrees now, it's becoming, like, worthless.
Maybe that's because it was too easy to get.
Yeah. Probably.
Maybe we should make it harder to get a degree. Like, does that sound right or not?
I feel like there should just be a better form of education in general.
Like what?
I don't know.
I know you say a better form of education, but I think it should be like...
real world experience. Like, go do something, not, like, read about it.
Yeah. I think co-ops should start a lot younger.
Like, you should do multiple co-ops throughout college. You shouldn't do, like, one.
Mm-hmm.
They should, like, require, like, one every year and, like, help you, like, get to that somehow.
Yeah. What do you want to do after college besides make people laugh inside of a recreational center, bro? Because that's what I was thinking of. Like, when... in my life... I'm thinking of my buildings that I make. I'm really thinking about the people inside of them and like all the conversations they're gonna have and like the relationships that are gonna go on and the families and stuff that are had and like all the words said inside of them, because it's not just like it vibrates a lot of stuff, you know. And like I feel like if you were into recreation or working with parks or community centers or just kids that like needed help, bro, like I feel like you'd be really good at that, because I think you are one of those people that really care about that kind of thing.
Oh, it was so much fun. It really was, and I had the opportunity to go to college and do that same job there, but nobody wants to really stay in their high school hometown.
No, you don't have to, but you can do that anywhere.
True.
Dude, go, I don't know.
Networking is the world's best thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good thing that comes out of school, right?
That's probably, like, one of the only things that's good that comes out of school, honestly, is networking. Probably like the best thing.
You can't get that anywhere else. I mean, you can, but...
I mean, you can. You could honestly just hang out in a college town young. You don't have to go there. You could literally, I feel like, just show up to classes and learn if you wanted to, and just some of them, and, like, no one know you're not a student there. Like, what would be the point of getting the grade? And
I know that's true, because they don't know everybody there.
you just sit in some big lecture halls and learn. No one would know.
Be pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been to a casino?
I've been to some, yeah. I went to a Greyhound race thing in West Virginia that was a casino, too.
Right.
It was really weird. They were racing Greyhounds.
They were raising Greyhounds?
Yeah, and someone get hurt, and then after they get hurt, they try to put them for adoption. If they don't, then they...
So what do they do with the race hounds before they're old enough to race?
Keep them, like, in fit.
How do they do that? Just run around?
Make them run.
I kind of want to see it.
In Greyhound race?
No, I mean, like, how they train those things. They're dogs.
That's why it's really sad, because if one gets hurt, then they're done running. And, that's not good for the owners. That's a lot of money.
I'm getting tired.
Dude, I've worked my ass off today, because Alex had to leave.
Mm-hmm. Dang, man.
But I'm groovy.
Yeah, we'll get out of here. It's been the Big Business Podcast. I before we leave, I just want to ask, like, is college worth it?
Like he said, networking is like really, and networking experience is like the only thing really worth out of it. Then after that, no. In college, no. Besides just meeting new people, that's it. It's networking. It's big business. College is a big business, and just drains
people. Puts them in little cages.
emotionally, physically.
People get so like carried away about what their GPA is, and like
It doesn't even matter.
it doesn't matter. Like it's just a number. Like no employer says, "Hey, what's your GPA?" They don't care. That's a number. Like that
When you
number doesn't do
graduate?
anything for that person.
Just gotta get a piece of paper that says you can do something.
Like not unless the job like actually like a lawyer. Like you need that.
Like I need a certificate to be
Like
doing
yeah, like you need that certificate to actually do the job. Then like it's probably not worth it. You can just go find the work and like get experience somewhere else.
Some industries they block and some they don't.
I mean, there's always a way into stuff. It's got another 8 people. I mean, or you can just teach yourself enough and then someone lets you in because you'll be valuable enough for them to use you. Or just volunteer somewhere until like that becomes experience and use that. Like, say you want to be like a professional photographer and they'll hire you, just start volunteering to take pictures. Then boom, you have a bunch of pictures you just took of someone that you can just say you use it in your work, and then eventually someone will hire you. Boom.
Boom.
Why do you need to go to college to do that?
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. Just bang buzz. Bamboozle.